Every day, there are almost 3,000 trucks standing at this halt point for truck drivers and helpers. The men who drive these trucks come from across the country. They leave their homes and families and drive for long weeks on the road. It is mostly a lonely life, a difficult life, a life that can make them vulnerable to a range of risks, including the risk of HIV infection. Truck drivers and their helpers encounter many risks: road accidents, harassment by police personnel, sometimes high-risk sexual practice. Although high-risk sexual practice cuts across communities, some groups are seen as more significant or key to the dynamics of HIV transmission. Truck drivers as a group form one of these key populations that is being given focused attention in India in order to help reduce their risk of HIV. NGO workers who came into work with key populations found that truck drivers shied away from talking about their intimate behavior with them because they saw them as outsiders. So to break this barrier, it was felt that members from the community itself should become agents of change, the peer educator model. This model uses trained peers like drivers, helpers, and cleaners who can form relationships with the trucking community based on camaraderie and shared experiences. Peers can more easily start discussions about sexual practices and help instigate change within the trucking community. For the peer educator model to work, it is necessary to build their capacity, so they are more aware of issues around HIV and AIDS and can learn effective ways to communicate with their own peers. So they undergo training in dialogue-based IPC. The training program is designed around their availability. During the training, they are encouraged to talk about sex in an uninhibited way, throw up challenges, and suggest possible solutions. Then, when they go out into the larger community, they are able to facilitate discussions, help people identify problems, and find solutions. Dialogue-based interpersonal communication, or IPC, is one-to-one or one-to-group communication that uses simple methods to generate discussion and then facilitates the community's ability to come up with its own solutions.
जैसा बताया था आपने आईपीसी से मतलब लोगों से मिलना ही नहीं है, उसमें थोड़ा और उनके अंदर जाना है, उनके बारे में थोड़ी और जानकारी लेनी है, उनकी समस्याएं, उनकी सुविधाएं, इस तरह की जानकारी लेनी है, कोशिश करनी है कि उनसे ही उपाय भी हैं उस तरीके के कि उनकी समस्याओं का क्या उपाय हो सकता है। ये उंगली डाल रहे हैं और ये
The training module is designed to use a range of different techniques such as simulation, visual representation, diagramming, mapping and ranking, and storytelling. These dialogue-based IPC methods are entertaining. They help to keep participants intellectually engaged while demonstrating how risks can be reduced, sometimes just through small changes in practice. Eight IPC methods were covered in the training, including Why is it so, or Aisa Kyun, body mapping, graffiti, chakra wheel or Suraksha chakra, how hot is the spot or garam masala, Margolis wheel or chakra, play safe, tableau or statue. Each of these has a different purpose and the requirements for facilitation also vary. Dialogue-based IPC methods must be selected to maximize the quality of each IPC opportunity. Consideration needs to be given to how much time is available, the number of participants, how safe the participants think the location is for discussion, the relationship between the participants, whether they've had discussions together before or not, the level of knowledge of the participants about HIV. Dialogue-based IPC sessions often begin with an icebreaker, a simple game.
और कहते हैं हफ्ते में 2-3 बार मार लेते, क्यों लौंडे है ना, अभी जवान है, कहते 2-3 बार मार लेते।
खाना इन्होंने सही बोला, लेकिन जो इन्होंने मुठ मारने की बात कही है वो इतना भी एक हफ्ते में मैंने मारी नहीं है।
Once participants are comfortable with each other, the specific IPC method is introduced. The participants then carry out the method, after which a detailed discussion follows. The discussion is critical, since it is only through this that possible solutions can be offered by the participants. The discussion also makes it possible to correct misconceptions and challenge prejudices.
Reporting of their real incidents during the field work sessions also came out very nicely. They had stories to recount about the problems they had had in the field. They had stories to recount of when the group had felt very nice, or when one particular community member, one particular trucker in one particular group session had shared a lot of personal stories with them, which meant that they were getting across, these IPC facilitators were getting across. This increased both their confidence in their methods and also the fact that they were doing something for their own community.
Through our efforts, what we are trying to do is to enable truck drivers to build a stake in the program for themselves. Only if they think of the program as their own, only if they think this program serves their own purpose, will they be interested in continuing the program. And that is what we are trying to invest in. Build an ownership, build a stake, so that they sustain the program in their own interest.
The truck driver is indeed central to this program, and to influence his behavior, it is critical that the behavior is not judged. This is an important part of the program's approach, that there's no distinction between normal and deviant. The only distinction is between safe and unsafe. And so, by creating an environment of mutual trust and sharing, and preserving the privacy of individuals, it is possible to take those small steps which can lead to more protected lives.